Hello? Okay. So, what you have in front of you is, well, essentially the beginning steps of what I'm trying to make. Right now, it's just a very simple platform game. There's really only two platforms, a player, and the code that goes with it. And this is what it looks like. It's just a simple square that you can move using your WASD or arrow keys. It's able to jump and it's able to stand on the platform. And look, it can stick to walls. And right now the only objective of this game is to like get on top of this second platform, which in this case the only way to do it is by jumping, grabbing onto the wall, spamming jump, and get up here doing like a bunch of 360 front flips. And this is my favorite way of getting down, just to the side. I've been trying to upload it, but it's been very challenging. I don't know how to do it. I still have to figure that out, which is going to be part of my final part of this. It's just been very weird. It doesn't like me. And I'll just go through what each thing does. So there's the main camera. I really don't know what a bunch of these stuff do, but I do know that this is the important part, is that this script, camera follow, I'll open it up, is essentially saying that in Unity, which is what I'm using, this has some debugger, is that in the game we are using camera follow, chasing the player, using offset position, and this is just more debugging. I didn't make the code myself. I can understand it, like I can understand what like some of these things means, but I am not in the position where I can write all of this myself. So I did have AI write it for me, but I had to say what I wanted. So I had to say, let's see, maybe I can pull out an example right here. I've been trying to upload the game, but I would say stuff like, okay, so this is just me trying to upload it. Just, yeah. Yeah, more uploading. Just couldn't upload it at all. Okay, so yeah, it just said make platformer game with the version that I was using, and then it was just told me the code, which for example, this is the one I haven't gone to yet, but there is camera. So yeah, player, offset, which is like how far the camera should be. This is the second important line of code that I had ChatGPT make for me, is the movement. So if this script wasn't here, you wouldn't be able to interact with the game at all. So it's just saying that use in Unity, in the script player movement in the game, move speed equals 5, float equals 10, through rigid body. I'll explain what that means. Private tool is only when it is grounded with ground check in the layer does this work. So horizontal, there's movement speed, velocity, ground check. So and then there's jump. So yeah, like right here it tells you what each thing does. Because it is a 2D game, it's only two type of movements. There's horizontal movement, which in this occasion is used to move speed or velocity. This is a very interesting one. It check if player is grounded. This means if the player is touching any platform. And then there's jumping, just the jumping motion. So right here in the player, there's rigid body. This just makes it so that this character actually has something that we can interact with, something I can hit things. Like right there, it's like hitting the corner and then like flipping out. Right there, you can see, trying to get it so it spins. Right there, you see, right there. Box collider. All the platforms have a box collider because if without one, let's see if I can do that. Like you see, it just goes through it. There was some box collider. Our player couldn't interact with it. Just turn that back on. There you go, you see. And player has a box collider. The movement script, which we already saw, is right here. With rigid body, it has rigid body, is grounded. So what I did here is, let's see, where is it? Gonna have it transform. Where would I put it? Platform one. But I do know that one of these platforms is checking if the player is grounded, and when it is grounded, it's allowing it to like move freely. So there's the motion of the player coming down. In that motion, if there isn't something checking for it is grounded, then no, right here, ground check platform. So I have platform check if the player is grounded. If I had nothing checking that, like that, I can't move at all. But because it is checking, it works. So it's just very simple. I haven't really done anything else at all. Like if I were to fall, it is just gonna fall forever because there isn't like any death zone to restart me. There isn't any like point system or time or just jump count or movement count, meters move, point scores, coins collected, enemies killed. There's nothing of that at all. It's just two platforms and a player that can move that you can interact with. As I said before, the only thing that's cool about this, the only objective is getting up here. And I wish I could have uploaded it, but just I have no way. It's a weird like build settings uploading using WebGL because that's the only way to make it so that it works on like Google and Chrome, like a web browser. That's the word I was looking for. It's the only area that can work with, but it's just super weird. So I'm just recording the video so that we can see it and I can present it. But it's just this for now. I want to add like more. Like there's no audio, there's no texture. So I can use Cami or just, I know there's a whole community on game developing. Maybe I can just take inspiration from any of those. So like we've all played like Geometry Dash. This is essentially how it looks kind of. So it's just like a platformer game. It just goes on forever and there's like obstacles and get coins and stuff like that. But this is it for now. And I I wish I were doing more, but it is a little late. So, thank you.